Ni wakati wa Afrika kuinuka, dunia nzima yatazama. Uongozi bora, udhabiti wetu ndio umoja. Tuungane, tusimame. Rise up Africa, rise up Africa.
28th August 2010 ushered in a new constitutional dispensation in Kenya. With it came a new structure of governance, devolution, whose intent and purpose was to take service decision-making and policy processes closest to the people. But who was going to hold the county governments accountable? What role were the young people to play in devolution? How can more young women and men get seats at the decision tables? These and many other questions would be answered in 2017 when we launched the Tunaweza project with support from Ford Foundation. The Tunaweza project's objective is to place young people at the heart of devolution. Tunaweza is a Swahili word for we can, and the rallying call was and remains that young people can engage and deliver. After 5 years of implementation, here is our Tunaweza story.
In the name Tunaweza, Swahili for we can. Yes, we can. People, there's power in people believing and knowing that they can, that they have the power, they have the agency, they have what it takes to change their story and change their destinies and that of their continent and nation, and even families. And so the work we do as Emerging Leaders Foundation is therefore to raise awareness of young people about county governance, about why they need to engage and engage effectively. And even at some point then link them up with the county government officials for them to understand what are some of the opportunities, where are the gaps, where can young people do better, because that is really important.
Tunaweza project started in 2017, and the main aim is to engage youth and to renew the spirit of ownership on devolution processes. And this came about because most of the youths in the different counties within Kenya were not being involved in different devolution processes, and they felt a disconnect between the youth and the leadership of the counties.
From Migori and Bungoma, through Kericho, Uasin Gishu, Narok, Murang'a and Bungoma, all the way to the coastal county of Kilifi, hundreds of young people have been a central part of the Tunaweza story. Since inception, we have reached many more through and with these Tunaweza champions, equipped them, showed them the way, and positioned them as devolution crusaders and informed rights holders in their respective counties. Our work through Tunaweza has reverberated in communities, county assemblies, devolution conferences, and offices of select governors.
When I was joining Tunaweza, one of the first trainings we underwent was on social accountability. So since then we've been able to track county budgeting processes. We've been able to write memorandums and petitions on different areas, and through that we have seen some of the issues that we've raised have been taken into account. Some of issues have been really been addressed with the county from the advocacy initiatives that we've been undertaking here at the grassroots levels.
Over the time, I think we have done well in terms of voicing out the youth agenda in the different spaces. We have the youth policy that is already passed. And during its formulation, we had different members of our unit of Tunaweza championing for it. And these are people who have really helped us even when we want to float out petitions and all documentation follow-ups with government processes. And they've really helped us to be impactful, and they lobby on our behalf in places that we cannot reach. So that has been one of the key things that I have seen work with the unity.
We bring uniqueness in terms of engagement, and our unique approach is just the learning that we've gotten from Emerging Leaders Foundation and other partners, whereby we are able to follow through a very good accountability process, whereby a young person sitting in some task force, in some leadership space, her views or his view is being taken into the plans, and that's why I talk about even the development plans, the plans for the county. Are they reflected there? what did they make in terms of submitting memorandum, opinions and everything? Has it been captured? So we brought that meaningful participation is our tool as the unique thing.
In the first they thought that young people are making noise, but we moved them from the noise to voice. And they were able to understand that young people are not enemies, but they are their friend. Another thing is that we have been assisting them in mobilizing young people in the grassroots, which was very difficult for them. The youth used to attack them seriously. But after that, things went well.
Through Tunaweza, we have learned how to engage with the county government in different forums, especially on public participation. We have learned how to engage and how to, matters of devolution. And Tunaweza and my team has been participating in different public participations. For example, in the last CIDP, they participated and their input was put on record. So through Tunaweza, we have gained skills, we have been equipped with knowledge to be able to engage with the county government in devolution.
Having been one of the people who have had the chance to interact with young people, I will say Tunaweza is doing, is trying to address some of the challenges in terms of knowledge, because supporting these young people with bringing people who are experts in these fields so that they are able to actually impact that knowledge, that is very key, because these young people in their respective counties, they are empowered with knowledge, they are able to engage from an information point of view because they have understood the processes.
Stories of Tunaweza's impact abound, from fellows who were inspired to run for elective office to county youth policies to more young people appointed to technical communities and working groups. In Makueni, the county youth policy is now in place, thanks to the significant contribution of our Tunaweza champions. In Kilifi County, there is evidence of dwindling cases of teenage pregnancies, school dropouts, and teenage-related crime cases. All thanks to the Tunaweza-steered Kakoneni Football Club, a governance and accountability avenue the Kilifi team uses to mobilize and engage the community in county affairs.
Katika mradi wa Tunaweza umewezesha kupeana mafunzo katika jamii tofauti tofauti kupitia njia tofauti tofauti, lakini haswa kupitia michezo, kushirikisha vijana katika kuangazia vile kaunti ya Kilifi inavyofanya mambo yake, na hiyo imechangia kuongezeko kwa umaarufu na kujua kitu gani ambacho kinaendelea katika gatuzi la Kilifi.
Karibu sana mpenzi msikilizaji wa 88.3 Tokotane Radio FM. Kama ndo kwanza unafungulia radio yako, kipindi hewani ni The Wire.
Migori County was a stronger youth voice in town hall meetings and community media houses, a new dawn heralded by our Tunaweza champions. Previously known for rampant female genital mutilation, Migori County has benefited from Tunaweza's impeccable mobilization skills, which have seen landmark bills pass in the county assembly to curb this archaic tradition, all to secure the safety of young women and allow them an equal opportunity to engage in not only education but governance as well.
The level of awareness on gender-based violence, particularly the FGM, has gone high, and the bad practices like early child marriage into area where they are working in has really gone down, and we appreciate that. They are helping the county to meet its CIDP goals.
I'm proud to say that we're in the process of coming up with a youth policy, which has come a long way. It is the TWG, that is the technical working group. Tunaweza is one of them. So I'm happy that we are going to deliver to the Migori people a youth policy that is going to guide us how to help the youth of Migori County. So it is a plus to Tunaweza and other working groups.
as YAD, we are working with the youths. And we're trying to involve them in agriculture. And since the youths are always left out, mostly on issues to do with governance and how the county works, I think the collaboration with Tunaweza, it gives us a platform where the youths are able to understand how and even be engaged on how the county government works, and they're empowered actually to understand what is happening.
With devolution entering its second decade in Kenya, there is much to write about. Yet we believe that for rights holders, the work is only getting started. Available evidence from various state agencies points to a greater need for more accountability that must be demanded by all Kenyans. And we believe that Tunaweza remains a key player in this discourse.
I actually foresee, because I see many African countries going the devolved way, I see Tunaweza going beyond Kenya and beyond county governments in Kenya to being able to impact and affect county governments and federal governments in other African countries.
The county government, because of the partnership we have had with Tunaweza, has been now able to receive a lot of ideas from the young people, which we are incorporated in our CIDB, that is County Integrated Development Plan, and also in the draft youth policy. So the youths are now informed and they are able to voice out their concerns, their opinions, their suggestions, and in a better way and in several frameworks, be it online, be it face-to-face interaction, and this is courtesy of Tunaweza program.
Over the next 5 years of devolution, we want to see a lot more transparency and accountability from the county governments. We hope to influence and contribute to the adoption of county youth policies in all 25 Tunaweza counties through our advocacy and community engagement efforts. We want to have young people occupy at least 30% of all appointive seats in different county teams, communities, and working groups. In the next 5 years, we will also influence and contribute to the revision of public participation policies and processes to make them more intentional, equip young people to be proactive, and establish follow-up mechanisms to ensure adequate funding for youth-centric initiatives and 100% implementation.
Moving forward, Tunaweza focus should be more on seeing how they could reach more people, especially on the grassroots level. They could adopt a TOT model, training of trainers, because that's more of sustainable way of doing it. So you train, it could be budget champions at the community level. So the budget champions now train the other community members so that it's a more of sustainable model.
I think the steps that the Tunaweza group can take to engage many more people, it's eradicating the barrier between the government and the youths.
There is also a greater need for robust and consistent project audits. This calls us to conduct more capacity building sessions, to have a movement of objective young people with the requisite know-how to conduct these project audits, and, in turn, train some more young people from their respective wards. The next 5 years also demand that Tunaweza members are thoroughly equipped to support their communities in identifying needs, designing project concepts, and engaging duty bearers to include these in county plans.
Nikiangalia upande wa Tunaweza, at least imewezesha kuleta trust ya community. Community inajua endapo kama niko na jambo fulani, ni nani ninaweza kufuata. Wale members ambao tumekuwa tukifanya na wao, wamekuwa wakileta report wakati tukifanya makongamano, na wanaeleza vile ambavyo community imepata trust kwao na wanajieleza kwao ili waweze kusaidika na yale mambo madogo madogo pale kwa community.
Vijana tunaweza.
Vijana tunaweza.
Vijana tunaweza.
Vijana
tunaweza.
Kwa kweli, vijana tunaweza.